Hey, welcome to Future Freshman Night and welcome to Auburn Mountain View High School. I'm Kevin Nishimoto. I'm one of the counselors here. I serve students with the last names L-E through R-O. Today I'm going to talk to you about the registration process, graduation requirements, and building a four-year plan. So today is Tuesday, March 23rd. Obviously, if you're watching this video later, it's a later date. But the window to select classes to make requests is on March 29th, that's Monday, and the window opens at 11:15. The window remains open until June 25th, so if you miss that date on the 29th or you can't get there, jump on there anytime before the 25th of June and select your classes. I'll go over this a little bit later, but the classes can be made through your Student Skyward account, not Parent Access, but Student Skyward account. So you can do this via Wi-Fi, your Chromebook, or any internet connection that you have. So registration guide, some things to help you through the process. Highly recommend parent input for this process. Talking to students about four-year plans, what they want to do after high school, and what classes they could take at Mountain View to help them get there. Again, you're building a four-year plan right now with your middle school counselors, so it's a time to go over that, revisit that, and make sure you're going to be on track for your freshman year. And this guide, this PowerPoint presentation, along with all the registration documents that hopefully you received in the mail, are also available on the Mountain View website under headlines. So if you were unable to get those in the mail for whatever reason, you can get those on the website. How to build a four-year plan. So like I said, some of your middle school counselors have taught you about this and touch base with that. We're going to go over bits of this, but we want to review the departmental pathways, so we'll talk to you about that. Graduation requirements. Obviously, you want to begin with an end in mind, and the end is graduating from high school and walking out of here, throwing your caps in the air and being really excited. So what is it going to take for you to get there? And then where do you see yourself after you graduate from Auburn Mountain View High School? What type of college or continued education do you want to go into? What are some things that you're good at, your strengths? What do you like to do? What are your weaknesses? What are things that you don't do as good and that you could work on for the next few years? Graduation requirements, right? So 24 credits is our graduation requirement. It's broken down like this. So 4 years of language arts, 3 years of social studies, 3 years of math, 3 years of science. That's 2 lab sciences, and then 1 year has to be lab or non-lab. 3 semesters of PE and 1 semester of health. This is two years of performing or visual arts. One of them has to be in the arts category. The other one can be arts or can be personalized pathways. So classes that tie into what you want to do after high school. And 2 years of world language. World language is also a university entrance requirement. If that's not in your future goal to go to a university, then we can talk about personalized pathway. But right now, start out with that in mind. And then 1 year of CTE or occupational credits. We'll go over that in a little bit, but you can double dip some of those. Plus elective classes for a minimum of 24 credits. Also graduation requirements are your state testing, the SBA ELA and SBA Math, and Washington State history that hopefully you took and passed in 7th grade, and then complete high school and beyond plan during your senior year. You can and you should complete your high school and beyond plan for grades 9, 10, and 11. Every year that you complete it, you get 0.5 credits. So 9th grade 0.5, 10th grade 0.5, and 11th grade 0.5. You also get your senior year, which is 0.5 credits, and this is the graduation requirement though. Okay, just the senior year one. This is what we call a box page. So this is how the counselors track your graduation requirements. Each box is 1 semester, so 4 years of English, right? So that's 8 boxes, right? So LA9 would go up here, LA9-1, LA9-2, right? Your math, 3 years of math is a graduation requirement. It has to be algebra or geometry. If you've already taken algebra or geometry at middle school, you can elect to have those credits come up. If you don't, then you still have to reach those 3 years of math. Science, talked about that. Social studies is kind of an interesting breakdown. If you think about it, so world studies is a 1 semester class, and then global issues is here. U.S. history, you have to have U.S. history, and you have to have it for a year. We'll take that your junior year here. And civics is a 1 semester class that you'll take here at Mountain View as well, and that's your senior year, you'll take civics. Art or PE, 3 semesters PE, 1 semester of health. So all of this is kind of broken down on what that last page was. The CTE, so check mark only. So if you were to take drawing as your art class, drawing here at Mountain View is also a CTE class. So we put drawing here, and then we check off the box for CTE. So since CTE is just a check mark, that's how we complete that. So those are the high school graduation requirements broken down into the box page. If I'm going too fast at any moment, feel free to pause the video and obviously take a look at these at your pace as well. This is the course request planning form. This form was mailed to you, so you should have a hard copy of this. If you don't, again, find it on the website. This helps you pick out the classes that are correct for your grade level. So incoming 9th graders, here's your English options, LA9 or Honors LA9, right? And you're gonna pick the full year. If you have an IEP or ELL student, we will be putting you in the correct classes, placement for that. Math is based on what you're currently in, right? So if you're in Math 8, you'll go into Algebra. If you're in Algebra, hopefully you get a B or better to move on to Geometry. If you don't get a B or better in 8th grade Algebra, highly recommend repeating Algebra. That'll help you later on when you get into Advanced Algebra Trig and beyond to have that good foundation. We also, you might see something called Foundations of Algebra and Geometry. This is a class that the counselors will put you in based on the data. Maybe you need a little bit more math support. World Studies, again, is a 1 semester class. Get a lot of questions, hey, I only have 1 semester of World Studies. That's correct, because that's the way it's supposed to be. So you'll pair that up with another class of your choice. AP Human Geography is the year-long, both semesters, social studies class. Science, those are your 2 options. I'll go a little bit more over this stuff in the pathways, but students must retake biology if you received a C or lower in 8th grade biology. If you're in Science 8 right now, you'll go into biology, and then Next Gen is your other option for students in biology. Currently, always take intro to PE as a 9th grader. I know sometimes it might not fit, but remember you need 3 semesters of PE to reach graduation. If you do 1 your freshman year, that leaves 3 years left to do 2 semesters worth of PE, and then fill in the rest of the electives of your choice. So, and again, this is available on the website. So as we move into the pathways, kind of just a different look of what your 4-year plan could look like for you. Each grade level is up here, and then the options for the English classes are down below. So for 9th grade, your options are LA9 or Honors LA9. 10th grade, here's the capstone, AP capstone program that we have here at Mountain View. 11th grade, and then 12th grade is up here. So you have some time to look at this, but 9th grade, those are your options. Here's math. Math is not by grade level, it's by level, right? Math level. So algebra, geometry, advanced algebra, trig, right, is the most common track. This is a university entrance requirement to get here, and then you might go beyond that. If you struggle in math, then we can look at other options if it lines up with your plan for post-high school. Here's science, again, 8th grade, right? Depending on what you're in currently and how you're doing. If you're in 8th grade science, you'll go into biology. If you're in biology, make sure you have better than a C, right? To go on to Next Gen. If you have lower than a C or lower, you'll want to go back, repeat biology. Again, get that foundation of good math, and then you'll follow your track along. So 4-year planning, there it is. You pause it, do that if you want. So here's some other sciences. So once you get beyond, here's the year-long sciences class, and here's semester-long science classes. Social studies. Social studies, here's kind of the pathways that you could go. but you're not locked in these pathways. So you could start out in world studies your freshman year and say, you know, I want something a little bit more challenging, so I'm going to go to AP Human Geography. You can do that for your sophomore year, or you can start out in AP Human Geography your freshman year and then choose to go to Global Issues. So either way, you're not locked in AP your entire time. If you follow the AP track, you're good to go. You'll meet every graduation requirement. If you follow this track, you'll meet the graduation requirements, but you'll need to add a 0.5 down here, right? Graduation requirements 3.0. This is only 2.5. So you'll add one of these to reach that graduation requirement. All right, registration time. So getting ready to register. So reviewing your 4-year plan, reviewing this form. You also got this form in the mail. Again, if you didn't get that, check the website. This was another form to help you pick out what electives are available for you, right? So it gives the course code. That can be helpful in when you search for your class, the course title, the credits. And when it says 1, that's the full year class. So 1 is 0.5 first semester and 0.5 second semester. If it says 0.5, it's only a 1 semester class. And you can use that to help you with this next part, which is how to register for your classes. So class selection begins on Monday, March 29th at 11:15 a.m. Set an alarm on your phone or on your computer, your Chromebook, to help remind you. Again, parents and students have separate logins for Skyward, right? The parent username and ID will not work. Students must use your student account with your login ID and password. If you don't know that, now is the time to contact your office and ask for that information. Hopefully you know that stuff though. All right, so once you log in, you're going to click on schedule over here on the left, and you'll go to course request. It should say now open, right? If it says closed, you might have jumped the gun a little bit too soon, and just wait a minute. Course request, so click on that. It'll bring you to this page, so you'll click on request courses. Now this is where you're picking out the kind of the 12 classes, right? 6 first semester and 6 second semester that you would like to take as your priority, right? What level of English, social studies, math, science, and then any other electives. If you choose something over here and click add course, it'll pop up over here. These are your selected courses. If there's something that you don't like over here, you picked the wrong class, just highlight it, click remove, and it'll send it off back onto this side and off of this one. And once you get a total of 12 classes or 6 credits are chosen, remember you're choosing for the full year. So it'll say Language Arts 9-1 and Language Arts 9-2. That's first semester and second semester. All right, so now once you get your requests, that's the R right here. So those will come down. Now we'd like you to pick out some alternates. Alternates are the classes that, hey, if we can't get you into your first choice of electives, we want to know what you would like to take to help fill those gaps, right? We can't always guarantee that your schedule is gonna be what you want, right? But we'd like to get you into some alternates if we can't match this one up. So that's what these are. So you're gonna do the same thing, except now these are alternates up here. 1 is your top choice of alternate, and 2 is your second choice of alternate, obviously. So, and then you can kind of pause and read down here if you'd like. And so if you have any questions, right? So these are the other counselors that will work with you during your time here at Mountain View. Miss Landis, she works with students with A through E last names. Mrs. Lemansky is F through LA. I am LE through RO, and Mrs. Ainsworth is RU through Z. We also have a career center here. Mrs. Gleniski is an excellent career counselor, and she does a great job with college and career guidance, scholarships, and all that stuff. So just a few reminders. Remember, you're choosing for the entire school year. Think carefully about your choices and write them down in your course request planning. This will make, when you sit down to make your requests, this will be a lot easier for you if you've already written them down and thought them out, especially also if you have your alternate requests prepared for as well. You know, you got to keep this in mind. Class changes can't always be made. We do the best we can if you don't like a class or want out of a class, but we can't always make those changes, and year-long class commitments must be fulfilled. So make sure that you do your research now, read about the classes, email us, email your counselors, and get the knowledge that you need to make the best choices for your schedule. Here's some additional resources along those lines. The course catalog, that includes the class descriptions and who's it available to. We have a fee list, athletic forums. If you're an athlete and you want to participate in sports here, same thing as the middle school via Skyward. Teacher websites, talk to us counselors, talk to administrators, and if you have any questions, feel free to call the counseling office. Mrs. Thomas will do a great job directing your questions. And then that's the website. And that concludes the video for registration. Now, if you feel free, go back, watch this if you need to. Otherwise, we look forward to meeting you face to face and seeing you soon. Have a great day.